Imagine, think about the last time you ate sushi, how amazing it was. Now, imagine that was the last time you ever got to eat it. This is where the future of sushi is going. My name is Grace, and I'm a serious sushi lover. And I can tell you that the first time I learned that, it scared me. But I believe that is the future that we can avoid. Let me paint you the picture of the relationship between eating sushi and the ocean's health today. The ocean sustains all life on Earth, and many species, including humans, depend on the ocean. However, our impact on the ocean environment is incredibly large. For example, when fishing vessels excessively catch sardines through the bottom trawling, it creates destruction on coral reef, in other words, homes to many other species. Moreover, the fishing vessel unintentionally catch and kill many other species like turtles and dolphins. According to the biodiversity report in the Journal of Science, if humans continue to consume seafood excessively through this kind of destructive method, in 30 years, there will be little or no seafood available. Sustainable seafood represents a healthy relationship between human consumption of seafood and our ocean so that it can endure forever. But it's hard to even understand what types of seafood are sustainable seafood. Scientists define sustainable seafood through analysis of various data, such as how much fish was caught, how many fish are in certain area, and the impact on the habitat. However, how do we expect ourselves to know this when we try to order sushi? When we are looking at the menu, we are not looking at those kind of data. In my own field research, I look at the people in the sushi restaurant. I interview different customers and the sushi chef. I found that many people don't know they are eating endangered seafood. While awareness of the issue made some customers feel guilty, they did not change their behavior. For example, the sushi lover Lily say, "I really like the tuna texture and the taste. I know there's some problem of the tuna, but I wouldn't think of it when I order." There are people who cared about sustainability, but they don't know how to make the right choice. So I become curious on figuring out how to enable and empower eco-eaters to make better seafood decisions. From the sushi chef perspectives, they are concerned about the fish population too, but they will put what customers want first. So second, I look at the tool currently available to check about the sustainability of their seafood. However, this tool requires customers to know where the fish is from, how it was caught, and what type of fish it is. Therefore, those tools are impractical and overwhelming. People who work in the restaurant are also not able to confirm all of this information. For sushi lovers, they love good sushi. However, they also want a more accessible tool to learn about sustainable seafood. One of my first tool to leverage customers to change their behavior in eating sushi is called Sushi-Index. Sushi-Index over breakdown of flavor of each sushi and the type of endangered seafood in my content. In this sense, I try to make customers to think about endangered seafood through teaching customers about the different flavor of sushi by avoid sign and the taste profile to enable comparison and substitution. I host a dinner and the restaurant and gave the dinner guests the Sushi-Index when they were ordering. Most of them changed their mind about what they were originally going to order, but not because of the flavor chart, but because of the clear signal telling them which fish are endangered and that they should avoid. So, in that sense, it was successful. However, They also found the process of checking information back and forth between the menu and Source Index was too troublesome. The Source Index was not customized the actual menu in front of them. In other words, the Source Index was kind of boring for them. Therefore, based on what I learned from the first prototype, I tried to make it more fun and engaging. So I created social media again to increase attention on sustainable seafood. First, the player would choose the picture and the render or the image of the sustainable seafood. Then the player would go to the restaurant to order the seafood they got, take a picture of the food, and hashtag it. What I learned from the social media again is that people defined it fun and they wanted to share with their friend. However, only 10% of the people would take action immediately, even when I overlaid different rewards like a discount coupon or free sushi. Moreover, I realized it was not changing customer behavior enough because the information was not right in front of them at the moment of ordering. So my third prototype was creating the alternative label system on restaurant menu, but the restaurant did not like the idea of adding more information to their menu that may threaten their business. From the three prototypes, I learned some key insights. The first, make the tool that complements, not just supplements, the restaurant menu. And second, it must influence the customer and the point of ordering. Third, make the information simple and organized. This insight helped guide the design of my final intervention, Fishwish. Fishwish, the mobile app, strives to disrupt the food sense by offering the new ways to empower eco-eater to make more sustainable choice. It basically curates the existing restaurant menu based on the standard recommendation of Seafood Watch to help sushi eater in choosing their seafood. So how it works? There are two main ways the app curates the menu for two groups of sushi lovers. The app shows only the sustainable seafood in the menu and hides unsustainable and endangered species. This is ideal for customers who trust entire Fishwish curation and passive learner ordering online. The second method is showing the entire menu and curate the using icon and the color coding beside each menu item. User click on the icon, the app will show more information about the endangered seafood, and this is ideal for the active learner ordering online. Many people now know how to use Seamless, and the Fishwish built on the familiarity of that existing online ordering habit. So by making the eco-eating process easy and convenient, sushi consumer can make the sustainable decision without hassle of making secondary effort to check the information about their choice of sushi. So because the restaurant did not want to redesign and add extra information on the menu, Fishwish allowed customers to make sustainable choice without altering the physical menu in the restaurant. So during the process, 100% of customers who try Fishwish end up ordering sustainable seafood because that's all they can choose. In 2014, the United States consumed 7 million tons of seafood. Imagine if 100% of that consumption are from sustainable resources. So we can make a big difference in the ocean by making sustainable decisions with Fishwish. Thank you.